Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to an episode of PATTAY'S Performance. Today in the driveway, we have this really nice, enormous Ryobi 420cc 5500 watt generator. Even though it says easy start, it's in here because it doesn't start. This thing is loaded. Loaded to the brim. Oh my god. To the brim with gas. That's not good. So, it's a lot of gas. I mean, a lot. Look how this tank is huge. That's what my favorite guy would say. Huge with a Y. So this is going to be a nice little endeavor to drain all this gas out and somehow get it into my car. I'm not joking. That is correct. I take the bad gas and I just throw it in the hoopty because the good gas will outweigh the bad gas and everything will be fine. I don't have to worry about trying to dispose of it. And it's kind of sort of free per se. But if the gas is really, really nasty, then I won't even bother. So, on, off, keep the switch on. And, I mean, just like, we already know the issue, but we will confirm this. These are like 99% of the problems with generators. Because people get them, they use them once, and they never think to run the gas out or, put a stabilizer in there, and they're done for the day. So I'll show you a unique feature about this, which I thought was pretty cool. Well, let's see if we can get this thing to turn on. I wonder how bad this carburetor is. I'm a little low on go-go juice. So let's see. Come on, baby. I am not going to bother with seafoam because this thing is filled to the brim. To the brim. Oh, God. So, here, this is what I was talking about. It's pretty interesting. Here's your choke. Run, start, and your fuel shutoff valve is built into one assembly. So how the hell? Oh, whatever. I don't care. It's drop security. So let me figure this out. Alright, so this is a fuel line. We're going to clamp this. Get this carburetor off. Another Chinese carburetor. And then I have to somehow get all this gas out. In a... you know what? I already have an idea. Alright, let me get you guys on time lapse and we'll go from there. Alright, so we're going to start by fuel. I'm going to do this here. Should be fuel off. And I'm actually going to clamp it above. I've never taken something like this apart. I don't know if the shuttle valve is part of the carburetor linkage or not. So I'll clamp that off and we'll start taking stuff apart. There is going to be some spillage, but that's life. Carburetor. It actually goes down and around. Alright, so maybe we'll just take it off here then. Because that's weird. It's on the other side of the carburetor. So anyway, today's a pretty crazy hectic day at work. Then when I got home, it was even crazier. Mrs. PATTAY'S Performance handles... See, I'm giving this a twist. I'm going to give it a pull. She handles most of my sales. Because I'm not saying she's not busy, but there are a couple of platforms that I handle selling on, and she'll handle the rest. We'll split it. So, today when I pulled into the driveway, she had 3 lawnmowers laid out and a backpack blower. And then as soon as, I guess, she heard me her say. She came running out because she's in the middle of working. And she says, hey, I got these all sold. And I'll post it because she's a teacher. They're 10 millimeter, by the way. These are their names, their phone numbers, and the times they want to meet at with the equipment and the prices we agreed to. So, we sold the red lawnmower, the limited edition, for $200. That was full asking price. I wouldn't take anything less. That was a funny transaction. The guy wanted to know if there was a guarantee. I laughed. And then next up is the Honda powered Craftsman that I got for free. That's next. Then the last one is that green mower and then an Echo backpack one. So keep your fingers crossed. So there, see this here? There's another screw in the back. Right here. So we'll get that out. Hopefully that's a 10 millimeter. Oh, it's actually shorter. It's an 8. Alright, let me go get an 8. Jesus, why is that different? So 8 millimeter. And we are free. Or we should be free. Yeah, see how this is. Oh, God. Okay. That's going to be a little tight. See that? That's a Phillips number 2. Let's see if a stubby screwdriver will fit in. So short, stubby. Hopefully, you guys can see this. Right here is a Phillips number 2. We're going to move that choke lever. Oh, let me get this camera up. Right here. And see if... So my philosophy is that while we clean this carburetor... Oh God, come on buddy. Ah, there we go. Just broke free. So while we clean this carburetor, I will start the process of getting the gas out of this tank and into my car. Okay, so that came out. This is what, say this choke lever. So what I like to do is, so I don't lose this screw, is I will put this screw back in. It's not going to go nowhere. Just enough so it doesn't run away. Okay. And then now, this cover is free. What else do we have here? Okay, we have this here as well. Can we just throw this to the side? Yes, we can. That's exactly what we're going to do. So here we are now at the front of the carburetor. This is our gasket, which we will take off. We will lay that flat on the ground. And then here is our carburetor. Yep, I knew. So as you guys can see, we have the 2 linkages. So let's take care of that. This little small one pops out. And this one, I'm doing this with one hand. That's how easy it is. Pull it forward. And this should come out too. That's it. Our carburetor is now free. And then we are going to just slide it forward. And that's it. Here's our carburetor. Notice how the gasket stays. Okay, now here's our other side of the fuel line. Right here. Let's pull this off. And we'll do that. See how I'm twisting this? Uh-oh. See, and I just broke that. So there goes that philosophy. So here is our Honda carburetor. That's a really big bolt. There's usually a 10 millimeter. I wonder what you guys think this looks like on the inside. Alright, so here we are, 14 millimeter. Oh, come on, baby. Let's see what we got. This is plugged. Solid. Oh my God! Look at that. That is freaking gross. Looks like caviar. No wonder why it doesn't run. Let's pop this out. And it's actually pretty clean inside. So, let's scoop this out. I'll get rid of this off camera. Alright, so let's get our torch tip cleaners out. And we will systematically or methodically just clean one hole at a time. Alright, right through here in the middle. So, just punch the hole right through. Yay. Is this another hole? So there's actually 4 jets. And then we'll go right down the keister. Then obviously we will chase this out with some cleaner. There is an O-ring on the bottom here, so we need to be very conscious of that. How big are these holes? Yeah, like I said, I'm just going to go as big as we can. That's all you want to do. And I'm blowing through it. So you know that's clean. Done. Next, let's pop out this jet. So that's a Phillips flat. I'm sorry, Phillips star. So it's flat. And this should come out. Oh, and the jet came out too. Fantastic. This should be clean because it didn't get that far. So let's just run it all the way through. These are very small. So if you don't have this torch tip cleaner, which you should, then you could use a twisty tie off of bread from the bread box, or get a piece of wire, like electrical wire, and just strip it down to the side that you get. Yeah, this thing is freaking... This isn't the issue, but we'll give it a squirt, and we'll do that. Next, we just need to take this apart. Here we go. And take a note that it's touching here. So that's why we need to line it back up when we put it back in. So if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to see more videos like this. And number 2, if you guys go through my videos, this jet here is a really big problem here on the island that I call home. These have to be drilled out all the time. Alright, so you torch tip cleaners again. So we're just going to run it through. Hopefully. There's the skinny one. You need skinny. This is the skinny one. Yep, like that. Just punched it right through, and we'll go through. But when you run your torch to clean, you can see it right through the middle. So we know that is clean. What we're going to do is we're just going to just run brake clean through everything. Make sure everything is clear. Alright, that's good. Okay, go to the carburetor. See this keister right here? That's where the idle was. Make sure it's not clogged. See how it's coming out the other side? That's good. Okay, this is where the needle and seat sits. Perfect, that's gas flow. And then this is right through. You know, that's good. It went through the other side. And let's see here. You have to go through these holes here. That's good. That's good. Is that supposed to go to anything? No, that's just a dead end. Okay, and then where is on the inside? Nope, no more holes on the inside. What we need to do is just confirm this jet here. And it's coming out all 4 holes. So you know that's good. And this here, this big jet here. So watch what happens when I stick this through. Well, watch. It just blows out through everything. All these little holes here. We're good. Alright, so now let's reassemble this thing back together. This goes in here. That goes in there. And just give it a good twist. There's our carburetor, needle and seat. Slide that in there. Take our pin. Stick it in there. That goes there. And then we're going to put our bowl back on. Now it doesn't matter which way this bowl goes. And we'll stick our bowl nut in there. And we'll make it nice and snug. And if you want, have this facing out so it's easier to drain. And this guy obviously probably won't do that, but that's okay. Okay, now we got to put the idle jet back in. That goes here. Stick that back in like so. Stays in. And remember, we had this fancy dancy doohickey keeping everything in. And then remember, here is our screw. And remember that it met to the outside of remember, it came up to this right here. See that outside? It went there. So when we put this back in, let's match it to that, and if we need to make an adjustment, we will. So it's lined up. So our next step is to get all this gas out. Alright, so the goal is, in theory, hook the fuel line back up. And I guess we're going to lower this generator down. We're going to get it off the jack stands. Okay. And then from there, we will systematically get the fuel out. Oh boy. Stick that in there. And let's open it up. Oh wait, unclip this. There. Let's listen. It is dripping out. That's very slow, so I'm going to try and blow some air through. Let's see, let me open this up. Alright, we got okay fuel flow. So let me backflow some air into this. And it also doesn't help that I have a feeling that inline shut-off valve is clogged. Alright, so I'm going to guys take you off camera. I'm going to let this drain out. Once it's all out and into the Honda, we'll go from there. Alright, so we're done here. This thing's been draining out all the gas. Actually filled up this can twice. It took my car took the Honda from a quarter tank to a full tank. I drove around all day today for free. So I'm happy. So anyway, let's get this hooked up. Oops, we'll get this out of the way. Alright, stick this back in here, like so. And then we could hook up our fuel line, and we'll clamp that, but I just want to get this going. I'm running low on recording minutes, so I don't want to drag this video on. So we're going to slide this on. You have to remember that we have to line this hole up top. Like so. Come on. Come on. Yep, see how that matches? None of the holes are blocked. Next is our governor spring and linkage. Now we do remember the linkage goes in the big hole, and we have to turn this so it'll go right in. Come on. Don't fight me. You're so easy coming out. That's in there. And then remember, this little spring goes in this little hole up front. That's that. And now we should be able to start tightening things down. That goes there. That goes there. 10 millimeter. And this stupid guard goes here. Okay. And then remember this little thingamabob with the fuel shutoff valve was here. We need to off, and if we open it this way is run, just like that. Oh, come on. Alright, let me go get my tools. So just remember, this Phillips number 2. And we just got to tighten this down. It's a little tricky. If we pulled the tank off, or this plastic covering, it would be easier. But just remember, see this? Look, see how we're matching? See? Fuel off, start, look at the choke. See this? Run, it's open. So we know we're right with that. Stick this crankcase, oops, that was off camera, crankcase back on. And then remember this 8mm bolt underneath. It goes in there. And I'm starting all of these by hand. Now we know that lined up. These 2 carb screws. Okay, and then the last but not least is the 8mm. We're going to do that off camera. Off camera, just observe. And we're free. So let's get this off the stand. Alright, so let's put some seafoam in this thing. So interesting story. I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning of the video. A little bit. This guy wants me to give this generator back dry to him so it's guaranteed to start the next time he uses it. And I said no. And I actually posted my first post on YouTube asking you what you guys would do if you were me. And a lot of you guys had a couple of good answers. And obviously I'm working on it. I stood my ground. And I told the guy absolutely not. What he wanted me to do was get this thing running, send him a video of it running, then drain the gas, and then give it to him that way. And I don't want to put myself in a corner. Now, how we came about is that he reached out asking if anybody had a can of starting fluid the day of a very bad storm. It was like 11 o'clock at night. And I said, yeah, I got starting fluid. Come to the house. I'll give you some. I gave him seafoam. I told him exactly what to do. Pull the bottom nut of the carburetor. Take a twisty tie from a bread. I'm telling him to use common things around the house. And then he didn't do anything. He just came back the next day with the generators and whatever. Here we are now. So let's see what we got. On off switch. Let's give it a pull. Come on. You hear like a sucking sound somewhere. Disconnect that. That's the... It takes a really long time. I mean, it does have a long way to go. Alright, let's let this sit for a minute. Alright guys, look, listen, so I want to apologize I did this off camera. It's only because I'm low on memory. Okay? I don't know if you guys can see this here. Look at all this rust that came out of the tank. You see that? So what I did was, I took a piece of wire and I fished it through. And I also replaced all the fuel lines. I mean, I blew out the fuel lines and I replaced the vent. And I also replaced the fuel filter. Alright, now we should have perfect fuel flow. Alright, start, run, first start. Come on. It doesn't start now. I don't know what the problem is. Come on. Let's see. Let's verify fuel flow again. Alright, let's pull this nut. Yeah, this thing is flying out of here. Alright, let's give it a minute. Maybe I'm a little overzealous with the carburetor. Fuel off. cold start. I mean, this thing should fill by now. This thing is flying. Oh, come on. Do I need to give this thing a little help just to wake it up? It really shouldn't be the case. Let me give this a little. What time is it first? I don't want to get in trouble. Oh, we're past it. Oh my god. You know, I really should be open by now. Oh, it's on off. Wow, why did I turn that off? I'm an idiot. Alright, winner chicken dinner. And just to remind you, alright, I'll take you guys off the GoPro stand. How much time do I have left? Lord have mercy. Yeah, 2 minutes and 57 seconds. On. See this here? This is where I ran the wire all the way through up, and see all the rust that came out? Golly. Then I also blew out the fuel lines with compressed air. Okay? Whew. I replaced this fuel filter right there. And then to confirm fuel flow, you can pull this out here. You see that? Oh, well, it's on off, but we'll open that. See? You know we're good. Alright, guys. That's it. What a doozy. It's my own fault. I really should have pulled that tank and cleaned it, but I just showed you guys a shortcut in case you don't have to. So anyway, don't forget that Mrs. Pattay's Performance and I go live every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Okay? Don't forget to enter the spring giveaway. You're a fool if you don't. And also, if you're a fool if you don't, smash the like button, smash that subscribe button, and guess what? I'll see you guys on the next episode of Pattay's Performance. Later. And worst case scenario is, I'll hook you guys up. I'll put a link in the description if you guys need to order a new carburetor. Later.